who says he's Roman Catholic but gives Roman Catholics a bad name. And that's all I'll say about him now, since I'm talking about Tucker Carlson and the Hebrew Israelites instead. So, as we read Revelation chapter 1, here's what we see, the verse they were focusing on. His head and his hair were white, like white wool, like snow, and his eyes were like a flame of fire. Now, I'm going to go into the Greek, and I want to show you in Revelation chapter 1, verse 14. You see we're in Revelation. It shows you up here. It's on the screen. I know it's small, but you see here's verse 14, because they still have the numbers in the UBS. This is the UBS 4. And I want to show you what's going on there, okay? Because this really makes it where you just can't get away from the fact that it's saying his hair is white like white wool. Let me show you what I mean, okay? All right. Mayday, Kefale. That means...
By the way, he was talking about the color, which is white, and the texture, which is woolen texture. So, what do you call it today? An afro, a natural. The Messiah was a black man.
Ted, Altu, Kai, I. This is the word for hair here. This is the word for hair. I think it's, how do you say it? Trikes? I'm going to have to look at it to make sure I'm pronouncing that right. But this is the Greek word for hair. Maybe it's more like three-case. And this is hair. So see hair right here? Now look, this is likai.
Right.
Likai, which means white. This right here, this word on the screen that's in blue, that's white. Okay? And this is the Greek word for like or as. So it literally says hair, white, like, wool, white. And in Greek, the word order can be different. And so even though this right here is the adjective, it's describing this noun right here. Okay? So look at this. Hair, white, as, wool, white. It literally is telling you, it's telling you the color of the hair. And the Greek has the word white twice. It's in two different forms because Greek is an inflected language. So what happens is these are called case endings. So that's why the Greek word for hair here.
Okay. He said white as snow, white like wool. Okay, we can say it's talking about the color, but it's also talking about the texture. How do we know that? What did the Lord say to Philip in St. John? What is that? St. John 14 and us, and he said, "Have you been a long time? Been with me long time? This amount of time, and not know the Father? He that have seen me have seen the Father." That means he comes from the Father, but he looks like the Father. Like if the Father came down, he would look like his Son. Looks like his Father. So where's the Father described? What book is the Father, the Ancient of Days described? He's described. There's a description of him in Daniel chapter 7 verse 9, and it doesn't say white wool. It says hair like wool, or wool hair. Wool hair is an afro. So the Son was likened unto his Father. You know, most men that have sons, their sons grow the same age as their father. You know, let's say the father's 34, there's pictures of him. The son is 34, the father's 68 or whatever. And he says, damn, you chip off the old block. You know, you're a dead ringer for your father. Look like his father. So guess what? The son looked like his father. The father was a so-called black man. So let's stop trying to be slick woolly.
Is Lucan, and here it's Lukai, but it's the same word. Here it's in the nominative, and over here it's in the nominative singular neuter. That's the difference. This is the nominative plural feminine. And that's the difference that you see on the case endings here. So look, white as white wool. I'm sorry, white as wool white.
And also, they said white like snow. Back in slavery and post-slavery, white men that talked to certain black men of a certain age that had gray hair, they not only called them boys, they called them snowballs. And a snowball was a so-called black man of a particular age during slavery and post-slavery. Their heads look like, when you see them from the back, they look like snowballs.
And this word is hair. So if we do the whole thing, hair, white as wool, white. As, so that continues the metaphor, continues the simile, if you want to say that instead, snow. So the white is controlling this simile or metaphor as well.
Remember, he looked like his father. This is what he told Philip. St. John 14 and 8. And if he looked like his father, well, what does his father look like? Daniel saw a vision of the Heavenly Father, the Ancient of Days, and he didn't have hair like white, like wool. His hair was as wool, or wool hair, billow hair.
Oh, if it's like or as, it's